I can do anything I want, but I can't charge $1.
Listen up, drivers. You probably saw the headlines saying the US Supreme Court shut down Trump's tariffs. But nobody's explaining what this actually means for cross-border trucking, freight volumes, equipment prices, and your paycheck. So let me break this down in trucking language. No politics, just business. The Supreme Court just ruled that some of the tariffs imposed by Trump were illegal. Why? Because tariffs are basically taxes on imported goods. And legally, only Congress has the power to impose taxes, not the president using emergency powers. Trump used something called emergency authority to place global tariffs on countries like Canada, Mexico, China, and other trading partners. The court said that authority didn't apply here. So those specific tariffs were struck down. But here's the important part. Tariffs themselves are not gone. They just have to be done differently. And this is where trucking comes in. Trump already moved to Plan B, a new global tariff. Up to 15% has been introduced using another legal tool that allow tariffs for about 150 days while investigations continue. The translation, well, trade tensions are not ending. Tariffs are not disappearing. We're entering another period of uncertainty, and trucking markets hate uncertainty. So what does this mean for Canada and cross-border trade? Well, now Canadian carriers and cross-border drivers, about 90% of trade between Canada and the US is protected under CUSMA, the North American Trade Agreement. Right now, that means most cross-border freight keeps moving. No immediate shock to trucking volumes. It also means that Canada may actually benefit compared to countries facing higher tariffs. But there's a big thing coming. The CUSMA agreement review is approaching. If that agreement changes or isn't extended, that's where manufacturing, freight lanes, and trucking demands could shift quickly. So today, it's stable, but the future is uncertain. Forget politics. Here's what drivers should actually pay attention to. Number one, manufacturing freight tariffs change where goods are built. If production moves back into North America, more domestic freight, more regional lanes, different opportunities for carriers. Number two, equipment and repair costs. Tariffs affect steel, parts, trailers, trucks. That means equipment prices and repairs cost can move fast. Freight volatility. Every time trade policy changes, shippers slow their decisions and rates fluctuate. We've all seen these cycles before. So let me now talk directly to smart carriers, owner-operators, small fleets, and drivers thinking about scaling. Moments like this create opportunity, but only for disciplined operators. When governments change tariffs, when trade deals are under pressure, when courts step in, the future becomes unstable. And unstable markets are where trucking companies make their biggest mistakes. This is not the time to make emotional decisions. Don't suddenly go and buy 10 more trucks, double your fleet size, sign massive long-term leases, build that beautiful new terminal, spend millions assuming that freight will explode tomorrow. Because the truth is, nobody knows exactly where trade policies are going to be in the next 6 to 12 months. Freight could shift, lanes could change, rates could swing again. So what should smart carriers do? Stay lean, protect your cash flows, strengthen your relationships with good customers, reduce unnecessary debt, and keep equipment reliable, not flashy. Right now, the winners are not the fastest growers. The winners are the companies that survive uncertainty. I've been in trucking long enough to tell you this. The operators who wait, watch, and move strategically are the ones buying trucks cheap when everyone else is overexpanding. Opportunity is coming, but patience is strategy. Freight doesn't disappear, it just moves. And smart carriers position themselves before everyone else realizes it. Now, if you run a cross-border operations or are thinking about entering cross-border trucking, you need to understand how trade policy affects freight. Follow me because I break down trucking news in a way drivers can actually understand. And tell me in the comments, are you seeing more or less of cross-border freight right now? And what do you think about the renegotiations of CUSMA?